Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio, this is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. Welcome back, folks, to Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and we are recording live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me an awesome guest, a special guest. I have with me Mr. Andy Crawford. Andy, how are you, sir?
Hey, doing great. Good to be back in my old alma mater.
Yeah, you graduated from here.
Yeah, this building anyway.
This building, not the Empower Center.
Yeah.
Hey, and you, sir, are the assistant district attorney, Jackson County.
That's right. Actually, it's for the Piedmont Judicial Circuit.
Which is more than Jackson County.
That's right. It's Barrow, Jackson, and Banks counties.
Gotcha. And a little side note, you are also in an election campaign, are you not?
I am. I'm currently running to replace Judge Curry Mingledorf, who is retiring. He's one of our 4 Superior Court judges in the Piedmont Circuit, and he's stepping down at the end of his term at the end of 24. So I will be running to replace him in the general primary early next year.
Gotcha. Well, we'll touch on that a little more before we get out of here. What I want to focus on today, Andy, is all the work you do for the community yourself and the district attorney office.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about that. I guess the Piedmont Judicial Circuit, you just said, 3 counties?
That's right.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so you've got Barrow, Jackson, and Banks counties.
Right.
That's been the Piedmont Judicial Circuit for near on a century at this point.
Oh, wow.
And the district attorney's office has attorneys in all 3 of those counties, and we are in charge of prosecuting crimes that occur in those counties. And now in Barrow and Jackson County, that's just felonies, and in Banks County, that's felonies and misdemeanors.
Okay, I got you. And what other responsibilities of the DA's office is there? I know there's a lot, other than just prosecuting.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I suppose prosecuting it can be a big umbrella.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah,
and so it's our job to be able to help counsel with law enforcement, to be able to help in their investigations, and as well as counseling with victims of crimes, making sure that they are kind of guided as we navigate through the justice system, because a lot of folks, whenever they're victims of a crime, they don't know much about the justice system. And so
Right.
It's our job to kind of help navigate that with them.
so you're kind of there for them.
Yeah, we have victim advocates on staff.
Nice.
That it's their job to make sure that they're informed about what's going on. We meet with them. We make sure that we're doing the best we can to seek justice.
I'm with you. So there's a lot more to it than just showing up into a courtroom.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got you. I like that, the fact that you're there for the victims. You're when we hear someone say they want justice or we're seeking justice, again, it's in one ear and out the other. We just pass it off. But the work you're doing is actually accomplishing that.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that always attracted me to prosecution. I had an old prosecutor tell me when I first started that a prosecutor is the only lawyer that gets to go to work every day and just do what's right. And so a lot of times I'll have kids come in on field trips, or I'll put on a mock trial or something, and I'm trying to explain what my job is. And the thing I tell them is that I work for you. My job is the state of Georgia. I'm the state of Georgia, and we don't want guilty people going free or not having consequences, and we certainly don't want people that didn't do something getting consequences that they don't deserve.
Sure.
And so our job is to seek justice, and whatever that is in any particular case.
I got you. So it's not cut and dried for every situation.
No, and I mean that's one of my favorite things about prosecuting where I'm from. Being from Jackson County, having spent my career in the Piedmont
to ask
Circuit.
you about that.
Yeah.
Is that ever at any time kind of odd?
I'm not sure everyone would like it. I've had people tell me that I don't think I'd want to prosecute where I went to high school.
Yeah.
And I've certainly had folks that I've known who have been witnesses on cases, victims, unfortunately on occasion defendants,
Sure.
and then jurors and anything else. But the thing is I've always kind of liked it because it helps if you do this job a long time. I mean, I've prosecuted over 1,000 felony cases in my career at this point, and one of the things that helps me remember that each one of these cases is an individual and each one of these cases isn't just a number is that I know the faces involved in them.
Gotcha.
And I know the places where these things happen. And it's cases can't become numbers when you know the people involved.
No, I'm with you. It hits home. I mean, I guess quite literally sometimes. No, but that's great though. You're not just some guy that swung into town and decided, yeah, I can make a living here. I can do this. I have a degree, and you're vested.
Yeah,
you're committed.
This is my home. This is where I grew up.
Cut and dried.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
This is the only place I ever wanted to come back and practice law. So whenever I finished law school, this is where my wife and I came back, and this is where we've been.
Now, where did you do your law school at?
So after finishing in Jackson County here, met my wife at undergrad at University of Georgia, and then I went to Mercer Law School.
Gotcha.
And then after finishing up there, moved back here into the Jackson County area, and I've been practicing in the Piedmont Circuit ever since.
Awesome. So not only are you a Georgia boy, you're a Jackson County boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Through and through. Hey, that's awesome. Well, hey, look, like I said earlier, if you just showed up in town and you filled a spot, because I'm sure everyone needs employees, right? It's a different situation. It's just a job. It's not just a job for you.
No, I mean it's like I said. These are friends. These are family. These are people that I've known for my entire life, and making sure, obviously we've got lots of folks who have moved in to the area, and that's because this is a great place to live.
It is a great place to live.
And I want it to be a great place for everybody to live. Right. And my family moved here in '94. To some folks, that makes us old timers, and to other folks, we're still just new folks.
You're not grandfathered yet. I'm right behind you. 25 years for me.
Yeah, so we're kind of like right there in the middle right there. But the thing is that as we continue to see this growth, that's the challenge that we have in our local justice system, is that we have to respond to that growth, making sure that the justice system is moving efficiently and that we are adapting to this tidal wave that we're seeing, especially in Barrow and Jackson County. I mean, those are two of the fastest growing counties in the entire state.
Oh my, are they ever? Yeah. You can observe other places around you. We all can, other counties, other towns. So there's blueprints out there for what to do and what not to do. And you have the ability to shape this county, and Banks and Barrow too, for that matter. But you have the ability to influence it in a positive way. That's a lot of weight on your shoulders. It is.
Well, it's one that I welcome.
Well, and I was about to ask you, you're good with that.
I want everybody that is in leadership in this area to be people who love this place.
Exactly.
Because we want to leave it better than we got.
That's what I was trying to pull out of you.
Yes.
Awesome. Good job.
So, I mean, but that is ultimately what it is. And so I love it, and I want to leave it. I want to take my home and be sure I'm passing it on to my kids. I've got 3 daughters that are in the Jackson County school system. My wife works for the school system. I want to make sure that I'm raising them in the same kind of great community that I was raised in.
So let's segue into the fact that you are running to become a judge.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything you just said pays tribute to the fact that you're not just running, but you have as much chance, a great chance of fulfilling that position, that office. I have the feeling just talking to you, I've known you, I've talked to you a few times outside the studio. You're ready for this, man. I think you're ready for it. I don't know anything, but I think, tell me you're ready for it. I think you are.
Well, I appreciate it. And I mean, I wouldn't be running for it if I didn't think I was ready for it.
Now, that's reassuring. I like that. That's refreshing. I like that.
But yeah, I mean, I have, and the qualifications don't just come from living here, although that's great. But I've spent, all of my career at this point. Like I said, I've prosecuted over 1,000 felonies. That's included murders. That's included drug trafficking. That's included child abuse crimes, domestic violence, everything that's kind of under the sun. I've had to be the one that's taken that into court and fought on the behalf of victims and secure jury trial convictions.
Your desire to see this area flourish, That's reason enough for me. And I'm not taking sides. I can't take sides. I'm just a host. But man, it's awesome. But it's refreshing to hear someone in your position love their community and you're giving back to it. That can't. There's not enough thank you for that.
Well, I guess it's easy to do when you love where you're from.
That's true.
I mean, I guess maybe it's kind of one of those where find something you love and you never work a day in your life.
And that is true.
And I don't feel like I'm going to work every day and slogging through it. I love being here. I love doing what I do. It's like I said, doing what I get to do. I get to go to work every day and just try to do my best at doing what's right. But then also just being involved, other ways in the community. My wife and I, we go to the Cornerstone Baptist Church over there on Highway 11, just on the Jackson and Barrow line.
Right.
We obviously she's been involved in the school system, but we are in Jackson County Parks and Rec. I coach my daughters in soccer, and there's obviously we volunteer with I Serve Ministries, which is a great organization here in Jackson County that's working to feed those who don't have the resources to do that, both
right.
in the school system and out in the public. And so, that's just part of being that's just part of being a member of your community and loving those around you.
And I'm with you. And again, I love hearing that. What exactly is a Superior Court judge?
Yeah, sure. So a Superior Court judge.
That is what you're
yes.
That is what you're looking to be elected to.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
So Superior Court judge. So we have the Piedmont Judicial Circuit, like I talked about.
Right.
And so my job has been to prosecute cases in the circuit. We bring those cases in front of our Superior Court judges. We have 4 of them in the Piedmont Circuit. And so Judge Curry Mingeldorf has announced that he's retiring.
Right.
And so he won't be running again. And so I've announced that I'm going to be running to replace him at this point.
I got you.
So, and they hear all felony cases. They hear most family law stuff. So divorces, adoptions, that goes in front of Superior Court. A lot of your civil litigation is going to go before them. They're the court of general jurisdiction.
Okay.
So they can hear just about anything. Occasionally, some stuff may end up in juvenile court or probate court or magistrate court, but those are more specific jurisdictions, whereas Superior Court is kind of the catch-all of everything.
I'm with you. More generalized, I guess. So you actually go around to different courthouses.
I do. So sometimes I'm assigned to maybe one courthouse more than the other, but I have practiced in all 3 of the courthouses in our circuit: the Banks County, Barrow County, and Jackson County courthouses. Has
it been a dream of yours to become a judge one day?
I think that
may not be a fair question. Did you always want to be an attorney?
I did. I wanted to be an attorney when I was in this building. When I was in high school, okay. I started working with some attorneys downtown back in the old courthouse, when we were still in the one downtown.
Right.
And
when he says downtown, he says downtown Jefferson.
Yes, downtown Jefferson. Yes. But we still had the courthouse in downtown Winder too. And I do kind of hate that we had moved on past the era of the downtown courthouses by the time I became a lawyer. Gotcha. So I couldn't play Atticus Finch. As well.
One of my favorite books.
Yeah,
by far.
And but I did get hooked on the law, and then so by the time I was in college, I knew this is what I wanted to do. And then as I've prosecuted, I've certainly looked up to the Superior Court with a lot of respect, and I have a high regard for the job. And so knowing that the position was coming open, I thought, this is something my wife and I prayerfully considered and thought it'd be something I'd be qualified to do.
I think you are, and again, folks, I know nothing, but I think you are. Just sitting and talking to you, not just at this microphone, talking to you a few times before. You're very passionate about this. You're very passionate about this community.
Well,
or either that, or boy, you're just good. I think it's real. I think it's real.
Well, I mean, I'm not much of an actor, so but I can say that it's one of those things where I don't. If I'm passionate, I'm not consciously passionate. It's more just this is the air I breathe in. This is the water I swim in.
This is who you are.
It's what I enjoy. Yeah,
this is who you are.
This is who I am.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, the pride of Jackson County, old Jackson County High School. We won't put that on you. We won't put that on you.
Mr. Jackson County, 2004.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Congratulations. I see now. These are the things. These are the things I got to get out of you, man. Hey, I'm telling you. how do the folks? Let's see. How do I want to say this? How do the folks check out your election campaign, the committee to elect Andy Crawford?
Yeah, so I have a website, votecrawford.com.
That's easy.
Pretty easy, and they can go on there, and it's got information about me, the kind of judge I want to be, as well as lots of pretty pictures of my family if they just want to see those.
There's
too.
nothing wrong with that.
So
hey, you got them. Use it, right? I mean, hey. Yeah, I just put pictures of my wife out. I don't get in the pictures very often. I understand that completely. I wish you good luck with this. I know you have a vision for Jackson County, the area, the surrounding area, and it's a positive one. It's a bright one, which that's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, this growth is coming one way or the other.
Right.
And so it's up to us who love this place to make sure that we're managing it responsibly. And because ultimately, if we're not, everybody, when they come to court, everybody needs access to court.
Right. Everybody
needs to be able to have their cases and matters moved efficiently. And otherwise, if it's not moving efficiently, then they're going to be denied their rights. And everybody that comes before me, if elected, their rights are going to be protected in my courtroom.
Gotcha. Do it the right way, and the growth won't be very painful.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think. Well, there's wrong ways to do. There's wrong ways to do everything. Now, at this point, we're a year and a half away from the election?
It's probably just about it's a little closer to a year. This election will be in the general primary in 24.
In the primary.
So it's in the spring of 24.
I got you. Is there anyone running against you yet?
No, there's nobody running against me.
Okay, because I was about to offer them, if they're listening, they're welcome to come in and say hi. I'm not taking sides. I like you, Andy, but I can't take a side.
Sure.
I think you're pretty darn awesome. I'm going to have full disclosure there.
Well, I appreciate that.
Before I get in trouble.
Fair enough.
By someone I don't even know. VoteCrawford.com, Assistant DA Andy Crawford. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much, Tom. Thanks for having me. And this is an awesome facility here in Empower. I cannot believe that I'm sitting in
Isn't
what
it
I
cool?
think was a copy room when I was in high school.
It's a bit more now, isn't it?
It is very impressive.
We're going to be the voice of business, even if it kills us. So we're going to try really hard.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome, sir. Hey, there's my music. Hey, thank you, folks. Another awesome edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon. Thank you so much.